So I got a cool tool. I want to show it off. I got it by accident because I put in a really low bid and I didn't think it was going to be accepted, and then it was accepted. So I got it, and it's one of those things where it's like I have other tools that could do the job, but this tool is a time saver. Also, the time it saves will make it used. It's long story short, basically threaded rod. If I can cut threaded rod with the same ease that I can cut PVC, um, you're gonna see a lot more threaded rod, which is good because threaded rod is the best way to hang piping. And the biggest pain is just cutting them, either sawzall or grinder, and it's loud, it's noisy, it takes time, and then you gotta have the thing like freaking spit polish just to get a freaking nut on it. So this is what I'm talking about, a little threaded rod. Who did? And this beast is awesome. So I'm just gonna show it off. So basically, you feed the threaded rod in there, and there you go. So nice, so quick, so easy. I think it's so cool. I'm so excited. Just because, honestly, it's one of the most hated things I do. Um, is cutting threaded rod and putting the nut on. It's just so time consuming. It comes out looking good, which is why I'll will waste the time on a commercial install. But the alternative is straps and stuff, and it just doesn't look good, and it doesn't have the same kind of rigidity and professionalism. But doing it the way I've done it my whole career, the professional way is, I mean, you would have to be in a union or you wouldn't have a job long. It just takes so long. This is going to be a finished job in a reasonable time. I mean, honestly, I think I paid like $150 or $160, and I got a battery and a charger with it. I don't need a charger. I got like 3 chargers, but the battery by itself is like $30-$40. I could tell it's pretty darn new. So, and you can even look. They have you can rotate the dies for different sizes, and there's 2 3/8, and I could tell only one of the 3/8 dies was ever used. So it's not an abuse tool. I got it cheap, and it's pretty darn cool. That's all. I'm just happy. It's got a reverse feature. I don't know what that's about. Lock, cut. Maybe it springs back. Oh no, maybe I have the battery out and I'm pushing buttons. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. I'm like, oh, it doesn't work. Bad reverse does nothing. Okay. So there's a cut feature, and then probably maybe like a recut, because one of the cuts is real slow and you can tell it's torqued, and then the other like direction is the same thing but it's fast. So maybe it's like a cut and then a recut to make it a finished edge. I don't know. It's freaking cool. It's such a time saver. It's not even funny. And like I said, it's like one of those things where it's like, this is the difference. This tool is the difference between seeing a threaded rod install with 3 instead of like 8. Just because Crazy Mike will be there. Bzz, 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 bzz. You got all the pieces you need. I'm happy. It's such a cool tool. I love like highly specialized stuff, because it's like it only does one thing, but it does it so well. Very cool. Very cool. Anyway, that's it. Just kind of it's definitely one of those things where it's like I don't even want to bring it to work because I like it so much, but the only place where it has any value is on the job site. I just gotta find I have a toolbox that I keep a padlock on, and maybe this will make it into there because it's not going to see a lot of cycle duty. I gotta kind of get security in the van under control because I'm worried about it getting, these HVAC vans. I don't want to give anybody any ideas, but we have to have some degree of protection, or so vulnerable. People are, doesn't matter. You need to have some protection. But anyway, as far as like that goes, I think the best way to protect this bad guy is to put him in a padlock box. This definitely isn't something that's gonna get hung on my wall. But put me on an install and this thing will come out. Put me on a service call and you'll never see it. But so we'll see. I hope that my scope of work changes where I won't even consider having this on my truck. But right now it's kind of like I could see needing it or wanting it. Because I have had, not so much in the past couple weeks, and I'm not expecting it when the summer comes. When the summer comes, the only installs we're doing are the ones that I have to get done tomorrow because they need it tomorrow. But this past fall, and so I did a couple installs. I'm not a fan of doing installs, but if I'm gonna do installs, I want to do installs with threaded rod, and I want to do installs with threaded rod that don't take me 3 days. I won't do that. Nope. This thing is bad. One job, and it is the destroyer. So cool. Anyway, that's my weekend. I'm just gonna be holding this like my child and cooing. It's pretty cool. It cuts threaded rod really clean and really fast. It cuts it real clean, real fast. Anyway, I don't know anybody else who's got one. I know they haven't been out long. It's one of those things I was carrying the grinders because I was like, that's gonna be the best way. And before that, it's Sawzall, and then it's like you're holding it and it's your hand shaking, the saw is shaking. It's like a whole different job with this tool. I don't know. The only thing I would think is that there would be, because the only thing with the threads on it are the jaws themselves. And the jaws, like if you look here, if you look at the guide and the jaw itself, it doesn't line up perfectly. It's not a defect. It was how it was designed. There's nothing worn or broken about it. But both of the jaws are sitting forward of the guide that you would be sliding them on, or sliding the threaded rod along. And the only problem with that is, it doesn't give you, I would think that you would want like a longer section to rest the threads in, so that when it clamped down, that you weren't clamping on a cross thread. That's the only thing that's like I see as a potential issue with this, is that if you're not holding the pipe straight, there isn't like a long enough guide to ensure that the threaded rod stays straight on the dies when it's cutting. So there's the potential that if you don't hold the threaded rods correctly, it would cut on a cross thread, and that would probably wear off the dies faster, and leave you with a useless cut because you can't thread your nut on easy. But the flip side to that argument is it literally takes a half a second to cut the cut the rod. It's so easy and so painless. If you had to cut 10 times to get a clean cut, um, and you just were so inclined not to have a deburr. I have a deburr tool too, so it's not like it would be an issue. I just go with my drill. But having the tool, you want a clean cut so you can just press the trigger and then thread your nut on without any burrs to worry about. But the tool isn't like perfect. That would be the only thing I would say. Would be like a 6-inch guide. So when you set the threaded rod in, that it was resting in that guide, and that guide lined up perfectly with the stationary die, and then the chomping die came in, and that was just intrinsically lined up because of the guide you were resting on. That's it. I think that's a good breakdown. But the tool itself, I mean, what a time saver, dude. My customers are going to be impressed if they see this thing. And at the very least, they'll be more happy with the job because there'll be a lot more supports on their pipes. Then it'll be done faster. It's going in the lockbox till I need it.